Okay, let's get on to our next topic. We're going to continue with the mononuclear The Legend of the Soul General model kit that we did last time. Last week we finished the head. If you can see there, see there's the head. I got a little closer zoomed in instructions here so you can get a better look at it. So, welcome to the stream. Today we'll be doing the torso this time as the thumbnail. And so the mononuclear is a Chinese model kit, just in case you don't know. Is known for its original mecha designs and heavily rooted in Chinese mythology and history. So I don't think it's based on any manga. I did some research on it, and I don't remember it was based on any manga. This kit, though, belongs to the Legend of the Star, or Soul General they call it. So there's the instructions right there. You can see. Legend of the Soul General, or they said Star General up here. And this is from the anime there. And it's from the I think it's Jing Jiahong Jiang Chun line. So actually this series is backed by original manga brand, or co-created with the brand. So it's I think it's called Manhao, in which the Star Soul Masters summoned powerful mecha called the Star Soul Generals. They're sort of reimagining of legendary figures, like, for example, Nezha is one of the original 108 Star Soul Generals and is specifically linked to the Han clan as a hereditary ancestral unit. And there's this title here. I don't know how to say it in Chinese. Japanese, I could probably figure it out, but I can't. The title references a more complex, powerful Nezha from the traditional lore. This model kit, however, is the MNP-XH04W. The W. Because this version has purple flames instead of red flames, like we discussed last time, and the color variant, or they call it Valiant Majestic. So the color variant is white dominant scheme with a strong red, gold, blue accents, as you can see here, always. That gives the clear, more sort of heroic, sort of triumphant look compared to the original release. Yeah, the original release, slight variations. You can check that out for yourself. So the size is about 22 centimeters. It's 8 to 8.7 inches high. The scale is always commonly listed. If you go to Amazon or eBay, it will say like non-scale, or roughly 1/100th. Yeah, some retailers will inconsistently put like 172. So the materials, of course, are usual ABS plus PVC and PMM plastics. They do have a zinc alloy. Here today we'll be doing the torso. Here's a zinc alloy metal frame. As we talked about, so the die-cast metal inner frame. The metal frame is similar. It is not similar, but it is the major selling point because it's the base of the whole model kit, and you stack layers of armor on it. And the thing is, I was bidding this earlier while I was preparing for the stream, and it's a little stiff, even when you put grease on it. I put some MX grease for MSX radio-controlled planes and automobiles, and I apply it to the joints to move it, and it still is stiff. It is a bit stiff, but it does build up, and it gets very heavy. So that's where we'll be starting today with that metal alloy there. So it does add a lot of real weight, very, very weight. Structural strength and premium feel. Yes, it does have that, but it is still a bit fragile, like all these model kits. The construction is pre-colored. Everything is pre-painted. The model parts with good color separation. Yeah, it's not bad. We covered that last time. Minimal painting required, or none. I just say there is no painting required with these Chinese model kits. There's nothing that it literally leaves nothing to the imagination when it comes to painting. It's just already there. It's already layered. They have so many different gradient of whites and grays in this model kit, and blues too, that it's just, there's no point to repaint it. And the box is fine, and it looks just like the anime. With the anime, by the way, it's just a ripoff of a Japanese anime, Gundam. And it's just right out of the box. Put it together. Panel lines are deep enough for effective panel lining. Yes, of course, yeah. So design highlights. The design successfully merges classic Nezha iconography with modern high detail mecha aesthetics, yeah. Spiky, though, aggressive silhouette with the frame. Lotus-inspired motives. We kind of covered that last time. Multi-arm capability, as you can see. And it does have multi-arms. There's like 5, 6 arms, I think. A lot of arms. And it is the direct nod to the Nezha multi-armored depictions in the mythology and art. We can kind of cover that next time. And it does have, like I've been saying, the dynamic armor layering, especially on the shoulders and the chest. So, like, that's the selling point. That's the main process of this, is that it takes this metal alloy here, and you just start layering armor on it, and it just keeps going. And when you look, I'll as we put the torso together, and we did last time, you'll see as you put it together that you'll see holes and slots for the armor, and then when you put that armor on, that armor has holes and slots in it, so you can put the pegs and the slots in, and it just keeps going until they just run out of room. Basically, it just seems like that's what they do. They just gonna, oh well, there's no more room here. Okay, they can't put any more holes or slots in there. So, all right, that's good enough. That's what it seems like. So the system is very similar. It's exactly the same as the last motor nuclear model that I did. Exactly. Nothing different. It does have a really excellent presence when you put it together, and the kit is much more. When you see it put together, I'll compare it to the other motor nuclear model kit when I'm finished with this. It is pretty impressive. It's very tall. It is. But the thing I don't like about it, the aesthetic overall, is just it's hard to tell anything because it's so spiky. The armor is so spiky all over the place, and it doesn't really have a lot of. It doesn't really, because it has so many layers of armor and spikiness to it, that it doesn't really give it any character. It doesn't have like a unique character. It's just like you look at it, it's just very busy. It's hard to tell anything. I mean, look at the instructions here. I mean, it just looks. I can't tell where the model is at. Just looking at it, it's just too much going on. And simpler is better. I think that's why the Gundam ones are so much popular. Or I mean, the Volks 5-Star Stories series is more popular too. As far as model kits go, I like that aesthetic. That's more simple, more knight and samurai aesthetic. The accessories, complete packages. It says the fire tip spear, the Qiankun Circle behind it. You'll see the big golden circle, but you can see it over there, the big golden circle behind it. Windfire wheels, and the Windfire wheels are purple in this version. And we do have the Huntian Ling red armorary sash, and the dual swords, multi-arm backpack system, and display stand platform. Of course, they all come with this display. I think they all come with them. Effective parts for energy and flame. Okay. This is probably, I don't know yet, this is one of the better accessorized kits in the motor nuclear line, I think. So the build experience here, and most of the community feedback concerning this model kit is the strengths. It's like, it's fun, it is engaging to build with satisfying mechanical complexity. Strong metal frame makes the finished model feel very solid and durable. A little bit lopsided. Mine fall over. High articulation, 30 points per articulation. Supports dynamic action poses. Excellent self-presence once completed. I mean, to me, they all kind of look like Chinese New Year ornaments. Common color separation, we could cover that. And this is the thing, is many builders just run up to the straight build, or with only panel lining top coat. Yeah, it's just a straight build. You don't have to do anything with this. I've never seen anybody customize this. I've seen a lot of YouTube videos with this model kit. I've never seen anybody do a custom paint of this. Here's the issue now, just to keep in mind here, the potential issues, the common notes. Some joints, especially like the waist and the torso and hip connections, can be very, very tight. And that's what I just mentioned earlier. They are tight. Even when you put the grease on it, it's still very tight. Supposedly, a lot of builders report needing controlled force or leverage. Yeah, you need pliers or something. Visible nub marks, particularly on the gold metallic colored parts. But the thing is, these have nub marks, but they get covered up by the dynamic armor layering. So the nub marks just disappear. Spikes, yeah, the sharp edges. That's the biggest negative with these model kits. Are very sharp. They're very generally sharp. And sanding requirements for safety and comfort. And it is very difficult to push. It's not fun. When you push these armor pieces onto each other, it is not fun. It really hurts the fingers. I mean, just look at it. Just look how sharp that is. It's not fun to do this. It really is. It hurts the fingers. Overall, let's see. Well, some people think like the gold parts are sometimes called out as some of the weakest visual component or element if the nubs are left unclean. Well, I mean, it's going to be hard to really notice the nubs unless you're showing this to a model enthusiast. Most casual people are just going to look at it at a distance and go, well, that's pretty impressive. I'm impressed. But model enthusiasts would be like, I don't know. I see a lot of nub marks there, maybe. Overall difficulty is intermediate. It is not. It wouldn't be something a beginner would do. However, even though the size and the spikes tight fits, but it is manageable for anyone who already has sort of high grade or master grade experience builds under their belt. And this should take about 6 to 12 hours, depending on pace. I know, but the way we're going to do it, it probably might take 6 hours. Cleanup level, yeah, we got to do some cleanup. Whatever panel line, weather. Okay, overall assessment. So the overall assessment here is this is one of the Motor Nuclear's strongest releases. It does deliver. It delivers the real weight and presence thanks to the alloy frame. Rich accessory set. Yeah, it has a nice variety of arms and weapons, much more weapons than the last Motor Nuclear build. You create classic the Nezha combat poses, but it's hard. It's difficult to get those poses. And design that feels both mythical and modern. This version leans into a cleaner, more heroic white type. It's okay to be white type. Heroic white type and aesthetic that photographs and displays extremely well under lights. Value, generally strong for the price, $80 to $100. Yeah, that's about the right range depending on retailer. You get the metal frame, full weapon suite, and effective parts and stand. So this would be, I think these model kits would be best for like collectors who really like Chinese mythology mecha, and people who enjoy kits with real weight, heaviness to it. Streamers like me who want visually dramatic build with good talking points, mythology, manhwa, lore, and engineering. Okay, so as we go along here, I'll be kind of engaged. So let's get to the get. So last week we did the head. Now we're going to take our glasses off and start building. I've already cut the pieces from the runners. So let's get to the building now. And we'll put the box over here. We don't do that. So now we got some room here. There you go. That's not in the way, is it? Let me see that. Oh no, that's not really in the way. Oh, it looks like okay, fine. So there's the instructions. So I'm going to put the instructions on my music stand. So we're going to open up here to there, the torso. The torso is about 2.5 pages long. And I can't open it with my finger. There we go. Okay, and then the arms. Oh God, the arms. Arm unit. That's always the hardest part. All right, if I can put that on there. There we go. Can everybody see me okay? Great. Now, I got to keep track of the monitors there. So here are my parts all ready to go. I already cut them, put them in my box. So I'm going to need my pinchers here. And so let's get going to the torso unit. So we're going to need GJ1. It's going to be kind of like facing this way, like that. It's going to be facing that way. Or maybe, yeah, this is toward the back. And so Heavy on the holes and the slots in these things. Okay. So now we need both sides. We need E1, E2, and that just fits like that. And so we'll check the under plate, and we'll, like always, we'll just clip the excess. We don't have to worry about removing the nubs. Who cares? No one's going to see inside this anyway. Just clip a little of the excess. Don't worry if you kind of scuff it up, because no one is going to see this. No one will see the inside. There's one side, and there's the other. This is skeleton gray color, by the way. And we're just going to do this. Okay, now we got that out of the way, so we get our parts, and we try to put them on. Okay, let's see. Make sure this is going. Can you see that okay? Okay, good. I hope I tried to zoom in as much as possible, but that's as the closest I can get. Sorry. Sorry about that. Let's see. There it goes. That's supposed to go in that hole. Oh. Now we're trying to now this is supposed to be fitting in here flush, I guess. Okay. Something's wrong here. Let's try the other side. Not going in. Must be the easiest. It's just not going. And it's, like I said, it's really fucking hard to push this in here. It has so many spikes and ridges in here, and then when I push it, it digs in my finger. No, this is not going in. Either side I'm doing it, it's just not going in. I'm trying to stick it in there. Now this sucks. Something is wrong. Maybe I have to push that. I pushed it open. You can see there, I pushed it open. What if I do that? Does that go in there? Like it's supposed to go in this? Yeah, it does supposed to. It is supposed to go. But it's not going in the. It's not going in the peg. And the peg isn't going in the hole. This. go here on the bottom. This is supposed to go in here. And they show it open. This. Maybe. Oh, that's the peg. That's the peg side. There's the peg. This is supposed to go. Sorry, what? I don't get this. These pegs go at home. So if I shut it, no. They can't do it. Cannot be done. Now we're off to a good start. Like this. If you go like this, that part is supposed to go in there. And this top part, is this even the right part? No, this is the correct part. How do you do this? How the hell do you do this? Because that doesn't work. See, that fits just comfortably like that. But this is open like it shows in the instructions, but it's nowhere matched with this pole. You can't do this. This is impossible. Even if I try to shut it, it won't go into the slot. You have to have it has to be open. And it has to go into that hole. And it's not. No, I have it facing the correct way. Sorry, this is wrong. This is the correct part. Maybe I got it backwards. That metal slot is supposed to go in there. And this does not line up with the hole. The hole is in the wrong place. Even if I shut this like this, there it slid in somehow. How the fuck did that happen? So I just moved it a little bit up, open this up, and then I start to kind of push it, to close it a little bit, then it just slid into place. I have no idea what the hell I did. I understand. But this is not that again. Even though there it goes. So that's what I had to do. I understood exactly what had to be done. Is that when I open this, as I put this part on here, the E part, as I close this, it just slid into the slot. But it didn't go in the hole. It shows the peg going into the hole, but that peg does not go into the hole. Sorry, it doesn't. And I got it exactly. It looks like it's. Oh, okay, yeah, you can move it. Okay. Okay. So okay, that's a lie. Let me show the instructions. The instructions are wrong. The instructions show the upper purple peg going into the hole, but it's not supposed to go in there. It's supposed to go into the slot, this hole here. And why? Because the mechanism, you move it up and down. That's why. So the peg is wrong. Why they show the hole going in the peg? Absolutely wrong. Yeah, I don't even know what the hell drugs they were on that. I don't even understand it. It literally shows this hole going into that peg. The opposite. The peg is going into the hole. It shows this upper peg here going to the hole. And it shows the arrow going down here. I have no idea what the hell that is. Yeah, but I look at the front as they show there. That's what it looks like. Yeah, the instructions are wrong because it needs to go into the slot because the mechanism works where you open and close it, open and close it. If you stick it in the hole if you stick the peg in the hole like it says in the instructions, you won't be able to. The mechanism for the chest won't go up and down. So they're wrong. Big mistake. Okay, so now we got that trouble going. And now we're going to get, let's see, B2. Oh yeah, here's B2 right here. Let me get rid of the pieces under the undergrade. The undergate. And is there an order you put it on? Oh yeah, 1, and then 2 here. B3 is the blue part, and that has a really bad. I'm not going to worry about removing the nubs, really, because it'll just get covered up by the dynamic armor layering. I'll do my best, but it's not like the other kit I did, where I had to remove nubbing because I was painting. And because I was painting, I wanted to have it clean. You can go watch that video. Okay. So the first part, number 1, number 2, just like that. And then that sticks on the front. That should stick here and here in the slots. And it will stick. And like I said, there's no reason to worry about removing the nubbing, because if you look closely, there's more slots. There's, I don't know, how many slots are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's a hole. There's 5 in the front, 6, another hole. So yeah, you have plenty of slots for plenty of armor. So now we need B25, which is this part right here, B25. This should go quick after this. There shouldn't be any more problems. I looked at the instructions earlier, but I didn't think, I mean, that first problem was very egregious. That was like, the instructions are completely wrong. So this is going to go on the back, and it's going to go right in that slot. Okay, going to go right like that. And there we go. Fit nicely. So we got a nice waist area there. Okay, so now let's spread this out a little bit over here so we can see our pieces better. So we go on to the next part. All right, let's hurry up here. So now we have this black stuff here, D7, that's that over there, and then we have this front part here, and that's it. There are only 3 parts. And we have to get rid of the undergate, and get rid of the little pegs here. We know what to do. Okay, and let's see. Oh yeah. There's a big one. Yeah, back of that there. Okay. Now the next model kit I'm going to do after this one. Okay, so this. Okay, here's where the problem's going to be. Look at the curvy here that goes around the waist. Now when I did the other mononuclear model kit, when I had these parts that curve and like this that goes around the waist, they usually didn't really fit around the waist very well. It wasn't a very tight fit. Let's see if this is the same thing, because I always have bad experience with this. So this has a peg, and the peg is going to go up here. It's supposed to go. The peg's supposed to go in here, and the slot is supposed to go around. So if you get the peg first, and then try to push. There it goes. Okay, That went around okay. Now let's see if we can do the other side. Okay, just like that. So we'll start by putting the peg in the hole. And hopefully this will be all. Okay, not bad, not bad. It's going a little quicker now. So now we get this part. That's going to be on the front, and it's going to go right in the eyes. There's the 2 eyes and the mouth, right in the 2 eyes. And bada bing, bada bing. Should snap in there. Okay. 1, 2. This is Yeah. Oh, it's fine. I forgot. Okay. Ouch. There it goes. Mind the order. 1, 1, 2, 3. That's what's supposed to be. 1, 2, 3. Just like that. Oops. Okay, so now we do some more of the waist area. We don't have to worry about any kind of order here. And again, we're going to clip the undergate part. And we get to use some nice red part. Okay, so we just put those off and put them on. And okay, there. All right, so this shit again. Okay, so we get. Okay, so the page goes into the hole here. This one. The long way. Oh, that's a tough one to get that peg in that hole. So far in there. Oh, that's right. Yeah, that's right. That follows the contours. Okay. Now, it looks like those can open up. Pull those open, maybe? Looks like it. Let's see. Nope. Well, it's supposed to. It looks like it's supposed to. You can open those up. No? Okay, all right. We got it in there, I guess. Okay, moving on. Okay. Don't worry, it gets covered up. We're fine. Okay, so now we do a small area here, small pieces, I mean, and let's see here. Oh, here's like a POC or a polycast. Okay. So now we get to put these on. Serve as like the joint PVC. Okay, we're fine. Okay, now we have to put this together like this. This goes on forward. Front. And Okay. Now, to make sure we get this right. Front. This is the front part. So we got to remember, this is the front part. This right here, front. Remember that, front. Now we get to put it together with this. Just take some more of these undergate parts. Flip that. Okay. We got this. So we're not worried about that. We're worried about doing this in the right order. We don't need that. We need these. Oh, fun. I hate these. Very thin pieces. Then we have to worry if it's going to be facing the correct way. Isn't going to be facing the right way. And I have to make sure I clip some of these parts. Okay. So now we have the task here is to put this here in the hole and the slot. I'm sure if you wanted to paint these, you could. What the hell's the point? It's already pre-painted. You don't have to do anything. You don't even have to put any brush brushing. Okay, so now we got that on there. Okay. There we go. That's for the head. And we got it. They don't show it completed in the instructions. They don't show it's supposed to look like this. The instructions. Okay, well, I guess that's right. Yeah, it looks like it's facing the right way. Okay, there we go. Okay, so now we get to do, fun. Okay, we get to do the pre-painted stuff. No, wait a minute. Make sure I get, okay, no, that'll work. Yeah, this has to be the correct one because it has this, oh, here's what they were talking about. Here's the undergate, clipping those. And it's probably going to clip some of the red paint off. Yeah, buy some red paint, paint it. But what's the point, you know? Around here where I live in this small town, Japan, I don't think it really matters because there's not a lot of model enthusiasts around. And they're not going to really notice when my students come to study English piano guitar. They just kind of see it at a distance. Wow, it's recorded. Yeah, that's supposed to go in there. That's supposed to fit in there. Don't worry, I have all the right tools. So I will use this flat file here to push this in. Oh, that's nice. Supposed to go on top. Huh. Huh. What are you doing? Oh, it's supposed to go on this. Let's go on here first. All right, we'll do that first. All right. Okay. So we got ahead of ourselves. That's fine. We fixed it. So you saw, hopefully you're watching, you can go back and watch the beginning again, where the instructions were 100% wrong. Very first piece to go onto the metal frame was wrong. The instructions were wrong. They didn't check that. They should have double checked that. Okay, we're going to need that. So now we have the next part. Oh, we don't put all that together until we're ready. Okay, so we need these. We need these things. Plus, we're going to need this. Okay. All right, so we're going to need all of these parts for this next section here. So we're that. We have to continue on because some of these pieces on the undergate are really bad. You know, I should have like a sponge I can wipe this clippers on. Because every time I cut, it gets the plastic stuck on it. Okay, so we can do this. All right, we can. Okay, so we get this part. We've already got that. Oops. Got that ready. This. So now we're going to put these on here. So this goes on. Aha. This is going to go. Yeah, on the other side. Yeah, there's the pegs right there. Pegs are going to go in the hole here. And just like that, they fit in. And once you get rid of the nubs, I'm not going to because they get rid of themselves. This isn't one of those kits. See how they layer. Ooh, okay, I see what they're doing. There we go. Up. And so now we move on to the next part, which is here. That's gonna go. Okay, this is gonna go first. And those holes. Okay, no problem. Now we put this on. There you go. See, the nubs disappear. It looks nice. Yeah, it looks nice. That's going to be like the centerpiece, I guess. Of this. It's going to go right in the chest area right here. See, like that. Hopefully that fits in there nicely. Yeah, it looks nice. Looks good. Yeah, it is a little bit better than the other kit. Okay, so now we move on to the next exciting part, which is here it's this. We have these double sides, these dual sides. Okay, let's put some of this stuff over here because we're gonna get kind of a lot of spiky stuff. Eventually, we're gonna put this on. Gonna go right on the top, obviously. So how's everybody doing? This is, we're going to be dealing with this side first. Because there's two sides to the chest area, torso area. There's the left side. And we're going to deal with this side first and make sure that's correct. Now we need L7. Okay, that's L. Nice, shiny. This is going to go over here. Oh, just start taking the parts out and throwing it. And then we have D1, which are these. Things. So D1 is going to go. No, it's going to go like this. Yeah, like this. This is the right one. And let me cut that along over here. And tune in the next probably going to do one, yeah, maybe, yeah, the same time Sunday. Because what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be just producing one deep dive video per week now. And here is the gray part that goes around there. Oh, that's clever. I got the right one. Why didn't I thought I cut the other one? Okay. Okay, let's go ahead and do this. At least let's do this one side. And then we can find the other one. Okay, so let's do this side. So the first part that's gonna go on. Disappear. Amazing. Then we put the nice, pretty. Oh, that goes on the top. Good. Okay. Nice. Looks good. I like these clear parts. That is wrong. The other one. Now I'm going to find that one part. Being very careful when I pull these parts out. Okay, yeah, it's this way. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. You need to make room. There you go. You need to make room for that slot right there. There you go. That's one side. Okay. And this is supposed to be, I don't know what side that is. Okay. Right over there. So now I need to find, what part was that again? Oh, C36. You know, I could have sworn I cut that. Didn't I cut that? C36. No, I have to find it. C3 is the gray, right? Let's see. C3, yeah, medium gray. What is this? Oh, here it is right there. How did I miss that? Okay, I got it. God, that was clumsy. That was careless. When it comes to putting these models together, I'm pretty good. The part was on top of the block. I didn't have to go digging through it. Because that would have been okay. So now let's do the other side. this in here, and that's going to go on the top slot. You can see that right there. This bottom, that slot available. Okay, now we got both sides, just like the picture says. Okay, done. Now we get to do C3 and E2. Again, got to get the under gate. And then we get to put these parts onto the metal alloy body frame. Okay, so now we get E3. Okay, that's pretty obvious where it goes, right in the no imagination there. Right in there. There we go. Okay, so now we got our three parts. We got the back plate. And so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to put this neck part on. And that's going to go just like that. Easy. Okay, it just floats like that. See that? And now we put the back part on like this, and that again goes right in the holes. And it should be able to just fit in there. There. There you go. You hear the snap? What's good about these kits is you don't have to worry about seams so much either. That was the other part I wanted to mention. You don't have to worry about the seams. Okay, now we continue on by our part here. It goes on the shoulder. That's pretty, oh, okay. That should fit in. Let's fit in there. And push in while the spiky armor just digs into your skin, causing all kinds of serious injuries. Okay, now this is supposed to go on the left side, just like that. Try to fit that in there. There it goes. Other side, if that works. We're getting close here. There we go. Got it. Now we need one more piece, and that's exactly what I thought. We have the chest piece here. That should fit. Oh, good luck. There. We did it. We're not done with the torso yet. So this torso is just pretty much just one torso. The other model kit I did, the Hagane no Oni, it actually had 1, 2, 3 segments. It was like an insect and 3 segment parts. So this one only just has the one, but the other model kit had like upper, mid, and lower. And that made it very difficult to put the pieces that had them fit together like this, but this is easy. And look, no nubs. And of course, the head will go on the top here like this. It will look just like that. And we don't have to worry about about making the hole bigger here on this model kit because I haven't had any problems with this with the size of the holes compared to the last kit I did. I think it's because I did a lot of painting in the other kit and had a lot of layers of paint, so I had to like scrape away the paint in order to make the egg fit in the hole like this. Yeah, it looks good actually. In person, it looks much more impressive than the box cover. Okay, so we are done with that. So now we're going to get to move on to the other sections here. Okay, all right. So again, we gotta clip. Go. And we're getting close here. Okay, so now we get this is pretty obvious the way this goes. Oh. Boy, that really does hurt. That's not fun at all. There, I got it. That's the one thing about these kits here is that, at least for the most part, everything kind of fits together nice, and then no seams. Even if there is a little seam, when you put the armor on, look at this. Look at all the slots and holes here. So much armor goes on there. Oh, this is the foot. I don't know what that is. Okay, so we got that part on. Now we do the side parts. Okay, there's a side part, and then we have that. We got another A there. Where about the gray? No, that's not it. Yeah, this is it. This, that, and that, and that. Okay. I got it. Okay, right. That's the next step. This one has a lot of undergarment. Okay. Did we get or oh no, look at that. More holes and slots. They really figured out quite the system there, didn't they? Kind of effective. I mean, it works. And this, of course, really does the job there. Very effective. And this part is going to go where? Oh, the top. Very top. Very, very top. There. blood yet. Okay, we're still not done because we still got so many holes there. So now we need the C3, A3, getting really close to getting finished with the torso. Next week will be lots of fun. Next week I'm going to prepare more. I won't have to do this live. Maybe I can find some examples of that art we talked about earlier. This is based on examples. That should be fun. Okay, so we're going to have to do it in order here. This has a sequence we have to do it in. Okay, so there's a sequence you have to do this. Is that it? That's the first. Okay. Nope, that's not first. Number one is this is the first one. And that's going to go here. So it's going to go one. Then two. That sinks in between it. Yeah, it sinks in. And then and you know what? I think that's blue. Okay. So next page. Okay, cool. We got a few more steps to go. I have a blue piece here. That's going to go right on the blue M3. I knew it. M3 is going to go on top. And then we have these nice red pieces here. Nice spiky red pieces. Can't wait to dig my fingers into that. Nice blood all over here. Okay, you're not supposed to turn the page like that. Okay. So I'd put that like that. There. Okay, so we can just go ahead and start one. We have to do this in a sequence. So now we have the short one, the shortest one is going to, okay, here's the problems I'm talking about before. Going around. Always had problems with this. Okay, that's fine. Now we take the longer one, of course. And this is what I'm worried about. Will it go around? Will it fit in there? Or will it pop out? Okay, so far that's okay. Nothing. Okay, now we finish off with the nice blue part on top. And that's pretty obvious how that goes. Almost had an accident. It looks good though. I like the combination of the clear part. This is correct. Getting into the slot. Nice. Very nice. So now we've got these parts we finished. Now we finish off with this combination of skeleton gray. See, we're all done with the torso. We just have to just flip the next part. Okay, it's going to be a combination of, you don't put the head on till later. This is going to go on the back. See right there. I think so. Yeah, it shows it going on the back. Right there. Like that. So it's very, lots of Baroque ornaments. Lotus themes. We got to be careful here and do it in the right sequence. Hand it to them. They really do fit in there nice. Very easy. Never had any problems with seeing. Okay, so now we get, we finished that. Now we have to put them on either side. So it has to go here. Oh, wow. Okay, so now yeah, that's right. Yeah, got it. Now we stick it on the back here. All right. That fit in. Nice, I guess. That's hard. I guess that's what it looks like, yeah. That's the back of it. Really kind of thing is, it kind of hides in there. I guess you can see it, but it just kind of hides it. Let's see. See if I got that correct. How does that look? Yeah, that's right. I got it in there. Nice. And then it has to... Okay, that's just facing the back. I see that's the back side. Of course, you can put the head on if you want. Looks good though. Yeah, not bad. That was not too bad. But the next week will be a lot harder because it's going to be the arms. That's the problem. All right. Let's see what else we got here. What's going on? Okay, did that box winners manual. visible. You know, I do have. Let me see. I should make the manual visible. And is that really important? There, and that looks right. And next week will be the arms. And we do have a lot of options with arms, and the arms, there's going to be a lot more choices of hands and fingers. Yeah, that goes on for about like almost 3 pages. Yeah, and then the legs. Yeah, that's the thing about the arms. I'm worried about is what to do with the hands and the fingers. There's so many different choices, so many different options. So we'll figure it out. I guess each arm represents a different. I know that's fire. That's heaven. So I guess all these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, yeah, that's okay. These represent something else. These represent. It talks about with the ring. And all different things. I don't know what the arms. There's so many different arms here. The arms is like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's 5 arms, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's 6 arms. Total of 6 arms. So there you have it. So we'll be doing the arms next week. Thanks for coming out, everyone. Hope you enjoyed today's crafting. It doesn't look too bad. When I'm finished with it, we'll compare it with the other one. So we'll be doing the arms next week, and see how that goes, because the arms are always usually the most complicated one. All right. Okay. Let's see. Talking point. Let's see. Inner frame. We already talked about that. The torso, chest. We already discussed the color separation and the panel lines. Panel line demo, if you do it live. Really? Maybe I could do that next week. So next week will be the arms, multi-arm backpack. And this is going to be, we're going to have to explain the multiple arms, how that system works and how it references to the Nezha's iconography. Yeah, and we kind of get to test the range of the motions of the arms too. So that'll be kind of fun. So, all right. Well, have a good, where's my thing? There it is. Looking at the other place. But anyway, have a good weekend. Enjoy the rest of your weekend, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.